Hello poets, in this video let's look at a technique we can use for setting a tempo or the beats per minute for our track. In Ableton Live, when we open up a new project, we'll have a screen that looks something like this, and then we'll want to just drag in our audio file, usually an MP3, and we can just drag that in. Live will create a new track for it, new slot for it, and underneath you'll see the waveform displayed. And if you don't see that, you can click on the slot itself and it should appear. Now in the sample information, we have something called warp, and below that the beats per minute setting. By default, that's 120. And we have the 120 default setting in the tempo slot in the transport area in the upper left also. But if you click on this warp feature, it will light up, and then the beats per minute, notice how they changed for this particular waveform. The analysis of the file says 117.90. So that's almost 118. I can then set the tempo at the top transport to 118 and see how that does with our metronome. I can turn the metronome on and listen to our audio file that way.
So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow.
This BPM setting can be a good place to start for thinking about percussion loops, for example, or drum loops that might work with your poem. And then you can go to the browser and you can type in that beats per minute setting and look at the results. You see some drum loops, conga. Might try that, for example, and then see.
The red wheelbarrow. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow.
Not everything is going to line up perfectly the first time, but then it gives you a place, maybe as a starting point, to begin to think about some creative options. And you might be happily surprised with what you discover through thinking about this beat per minute setting. And another thing to be aware of is in the preferences in record, warp, and launch, the auto warp long samples, if that's off, then it will be like we just showed you. But if that's on, it will automatically analyze for the beats per minute when you drag the clip in. So you might try both settings and see what works best for you. Okay, hope this helps. Have fun, and good luck creating your poetry and music.